Hi, it's State Representative Jim Walsh here at the Capitol in Olympia. As you can see over my shoulder, the cherry trees around the campus are just blossoming and blooming, and the little blossoms are dropping off. It really is a beautiful time of year to be here at the Capitol. Now, of course, our legislative session just ended about a month ago, and we're still kind of watching the dust settle from the actions that took place during that session. The governor, until just recently, was still signing bills and doing little vetoes on bills that were all kind of the after effects of our legislative session. The real high point of this legislative session, and it's more true than ever now that we see kind of the aftermath of all the work we did, was the passage of the 3 initiatives to the legislature, which got hearings and votes on the legislative floor and passed into law. And those 3 initiatives are the initiative to restore reasonable police pursuits in this state. That's the initiative that passed into law that reestablishes reasonable suspicion as the legal standard by which a law enforcement officer can chase a criminal suspect. That's the way that state law had been for decades. It was changed slightly after the George Floyd riots for the worse. It became a much higher legal standard, and so most police and sheriff's deputies just didn't pursue criminals. Now we've fixed it. It's back to that traditional standard, and the police in this state, law enforcement officers, can chase criminals and criminal suspects. That's a huge win for public safety, for fighting crime, and for everyone living in Washington state. One of the other initiatives that passed into law was the initiative that creates the so-called Washington Parents' Bill of Rights. This new law, taking effect right now, really is about information. It's about notifying parents or grandparents or custodial guardians of a minor child what's going on in that child's life. Most of the contexts have to do with K-12 school environment, but some have to do with healthcare services or mental health services being provided to the minor child. The Parents' Bill of Rights doesn't change the law on how minors can receive these kinds of services, but it does say that parents or custodial guardians must be informed. Nobody can hide information about what's happening to a minor child from the custodial parents. And then the third initiative that was passed into law has to do with this state's tax policy. This initiative says that in Washington state, there will be no state tax based on personal income. It's the no income tax initiative. That passed into law. Now, some people think, well, isn't that already law in Washington? No, actually it's not. While it is the tradition of the state that we don't have a state income tax here, it's never been in black letter law. And so this initiative does state clearly that in Washington there will be no tax based on personal income. These 3 initiatives, which both houses of the legislature, both chambers, passed with very large bipartisan support, will become law now. They do not go to the people for a vote, and they are 3 significant improvements on issues and lack of clarity in our state law. So these were great wins for law and order, for families and parents' rights and kids' rights, and for coherent and clear tax policy in line with the best traditions of Washington state. And they're part of the reason that on a beautiful day like today, it's great to be in Washington, and it's great to be fighting for you here at the state capitol. That's it for this week. I'll talk to you again soon, but for now, stay strong and be well.